Give me a break. Who are you, the Queen of England? You don't want to waste your time? Is your schedule that complex? I mean, whenever I tell people not to talk about salary in the first couple of rounds of interviews or let the companies take the lead on this, I get this pushback like they don't want to waste their time. I think interviewing isn't a waste of time. In fact, I think it's the best thing that you could be doing for your career. The only way to get better at interviewing is to do it, is to practice. And what's better than real world practice? Also, going to organizations, finding out how they market themselves to new employees, how they do what they do, building relationships with recruiters can only enhance your career. I think it's a waste of time to not interview. I think it's a waste of time to make assumptions about companies or salaries before you even have a conversation with somebody. Because here's the thing, I've also seen people come in for interviews, maybe they're not quite qualified, but we have a really great conversation. We build a relationship, and months down the road, a better job comes across my desk, and I'll reach back out to that person because they made such a fantastic impression. So it's not just about this job. Interviewing is about building relationships and enhancing your knowledge about your industry. It's not a waste of time.
5 things I would never do as an ex-corporate recruiter while looking for a job, part 2. Number 1, never ever tell them how much money you are currently making. First of all, it's illegal in some states. And second of all, you could possibly lowball yourself. So instead, ask them, well, what is the position paying? Number 2, I'm going to get so much hate for this, but I don't care. I would never, ever talk about my spouse, my children, my hobbies, or interests outside of work, because none of that has anything to do with how I'm qualified to do this job. And this is how bias creeps into the interview. I've heard hundreds of hiring managers and well-meaning hiring managers say things like, well, I don't know if she really needs to work. Her husband's a physician, or is she really going to be really, committed? She has 3 kids. Number 3, I would never use an objective on a resume. They're outdated and they take up really valuable real estate on a 1 or 2 page resume. Sure, I suppose you could use one if you are just graduated from college and you don't have much work experience and you need to take up the space. But if not, I would use an executive summary. We have lots of free resume resources on my website, shiftprofile.com. Number 4, I would never, ever be humble in an interview. An interview is the place where you need to talk about yourself, where you need to sell yourself, where you need to talk about your accomplishments, because who else is going to in the interview? Only you. You're the only person that can sell yourself in the interview. And basic human psychology, we want what we can't have. So you need to practice talking about yourself like you're a hot commodity. Last but not least, I've interviewed thousands of people. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't answer the interview questions. Partly it's because I know that they're unprepared for these questions, and then sometimes it's because they want to challenge authority a little bit. Listen, it's a recruiter's job to get these interview questions answered, and if you're making it difficult for them, they're going to be annoyed. They're going to pass you over. If you have an issue with authority, work it out in therapy. There's no place for it in a job interview. Discover what impression you're really making in an interview, get a Shift profile, and follow me for more tips on how to interview better.
Ask for it. Here are 5 things that you can and should lie about in the interview process. Number 5, lie about where you see yourself in 5 years. Nobody wants to hear you say that you see yourself in grad school or getting married and having babies. What we want to hear you say is, I see myself here at this organization. 4, lie about why you're looking. We don't want to hear that you're looking because you hate the culture of your current company. No. Say something like, I've outgrown my position and I'm looking for a new challenge. Number 3, lie about how you feel about your current boss boss and current coworkers. I don't care if you work for the worst, most micromanaging boss in the world. We don't want to hear you talk about that in an interview, especially if you're being interviewed by someone who might be your prospective boss. 2, lie about your hobbies. Please pick hobbies that sound professional and interesting. Don't tell me that all you do outside of work is watch Netflix. Number 1, you can lie about your job description and your title. You can embellish it a bit, especially if you have been working above and beyond your job description and you haven't been getting paid for it. Previously, I did a video, 5 things to not lie about on your resume and job application, which is linked below. For more tips on how to interview better, follow me, get a Shift profile, and good luck in your upcoming interviews. Are you looking for a job but you can't seem to get scheduled any interviews? Here are 4 things that you are probably doing wrong. Because if you've applied to over 300 companies and you haven't gotten scheduled an interview, there's an issue. 4, did you update your resume on a modern template? Or did you just take the old template that you've been using for the last 10 years and you just squished your old job on it? Number 3, have you been applying to jobs through the company's websites and just filling out those applications? Here's one of my most favorite quotes: don't confuse movement with action. If all you're doing in your job search is applying to positions online, you're wasting your time. Number 2, are you keeping your job search a secret? Did you know that most people get jobs through their network? So you need to tell your friends and your family and your neighbor's cousin and get them to refer you into the organization. It's much better and you're more likely to get an interview if you've been referred by someone. Number 1, be honest with me. What kind of jobs are you applying for? If you've applied to 300 positions, are you qualified for all of those? For more tips on how to interview better, discover your interview style, get an Interviewology profile, and follow me. Here are 3 reasons why you're stuck at the job that you hate, and spoiler alert, it's not because you need the money. Number 1, you're afraid of putting yourself out there. Uncertainty is scary, and you'd rather stay with the devil that you know. You'd rather stay miserable at the job that you hate than take the chance of putting yourself out there. Number 2, you're avoiding it because you're ashamed. You know you're going to have to update your resume, and updating your resume means confronting decisions that you've made about your career, and then consequently you're going to have to go and answer some of the questions about your career, and you are embarrassed, and you'd rather hide in a job that you hate than go through that. Number 3, you've been telling yourself for so long that there's nothing out there and this is the only job that will pay you this amount of money that you've started to believe this, that you actually believe that this is